my channel, and I'm Judy and I'm the running so-and-so, and I'm going to start with a big apology by saying I'm so sorry if you saw my video go up and come down. As I was checking that it was all up and secure, it starts to play the video and I thought, when I got to the opening, oh my gosh, I can't put that up. I don't like it. So I literally pulled the video straight back off again, and the lovely Claire at Claire Who Makes Things was straight onto Instagram saying, are you okay? Has something gone wrong with technology? That's the sewing community at its best. Claire is amazing. I'll try and put a link in my description box for you. Now, I have got for you today obviously the dogs. We're going to start and finish with the dogs. They're not going to be in the middle. It's going to go from my intro here straight into the dogs. And then you've got my review of my makes. Now, Hannah and I had a ball trying to do this. It was so funny. I think we laughed so much. How we got what we got, I really don't know. And then she got hold of the camera and videoed the dogs. I was upstairs getting changed and I could hear her talking, and I thought, oh my gosh, what's she doing? And she's nearly 29. Sorry, if you've got young children, they don't grow out of it. From there, I go into my plans for February. Now, I've mentioned several times I've been totally fascinated by Coco Chanel for all my life. I should call February the Chanel month. But I decided that I wanted to look a little bit more into the Breton top and why it was so popular and its origins, because I'd seen Chanel wearing a picture of it, which you will see later. So I set to and spent a long time last week researching. I'm not going to say any more because I'm only going to be repeating myself, other than to say I'm very sorry if you think I'm reading off the screen. I don't have auto cue, but I did type it out and I've got 4 pages of my research. I've put all the links in the description box. I really hope you enjoy it. If you don't want to listen to my research, to skim through that bit, because then I go straight onto the fabrics I've bought to do the makes. There will be more fabric. Some is due today and tomorrow. So sit back and enjoy my video. Never expected I'd get a second bite at this cherry. Oh, there's Poppy. My snowdrop in the snow. I'm going to go right down. It's absolutely, the snow is melting. It just doesn't last long here. As I mentioned before, we're actually quite low in the Vale of York. So the snow, it comes usually in the early hours and goes pretty quickly and becomes a horrible wet mess. It's normally run day with Melanie, but I'm a little bit early, so I've brought them into the woods and I'm giving them 5 minutes run. Poppy does need that coat because she does get very, very cold, and Maggie, she started shivering actually. She's lost a lot of weight, so she's already tried to roll in the snow once this morning. There we go. It's just so lovely to have them off. So we're off, we're walking down back. This is the path I was on in the last video with the dogs attached to me. The snow won't last. The sky looks as if it's going to give us another load of snow, but perhaps not. But it just, why is it we love snow so much? I think we British people just don't get as much, and that's what makes us so absolutely exciting. The woods are deserted, so the woods is, it's very bad grammar for a teacher, isn't it? The woods are quite deserted this morning, but I'm keeping my eye open because Maggie can be a bit of a nightmare if she sees people. She likes to jump up and say hello. You can spot them, here they are. First thing she did when she got onto the village green was to try and roll in the snow while attached to the lead, which wasn't exactly the easiest thing for me to deal with. I've just been galloping. I mean, just to see the dogs galloping against the snow is beautiful. That's Maggie. I do hope there's more snow in the sky. It would be lovely if there was. You're going to go off in there again? You're going to go for another gallop, Maggie? They're funny dogs. Sometimes they come next to you and sometimes they get a scent and off they go. But these two are so good together.
They said, you know, it's really nice for the staff to know about pets and family members.
Oh, yes.
So all of my cats came in and decided they were going to have something to eat. So they were all on the counter. It's very sad today, but all on the counter, and there's a big mound of cats. Yeah. So she came back and she showed me the picture. She says, Mum, this is a ridiculous amount of cats.
How many cats were there?
All of them, all 6.
Oh my gosh. Well, I shouldn't say anything. I had 6 once, didn't I?
That's why I never...
Okay. So, do you want to try and close up on the neck? There, so finally Hannah is here and she's taking the shots for me. So she's done the t-shirts that we've done so far in January, and now she's filming the Amourette dress. So hopefully you're going to see it without being viewed into a fuzzy mirror. I absolutely love it. I've put it on. The first thing Hannah's noticed is how it fits me across the front.
I'm coming in.
She's coming in here because this here is, I am so small and petite around here and on my shoulders. It's not falling off my shoulders, my bra strap's not coming into sight, and that for me is just an amazing feature of a dress. I am going to put my neck on the line and say, is it because it's a French cut pattern, and we all know how the French are about their couture. So it fits me beautifully across here. I have done nothing, there's no safety pins or anything, and I will prove that in a second when I finish this. So the dress has got a lovely swish. It's made in the new Atelier Brunette viscose that's come out. I cannot remember the name of it, but I will put it in, just a minute, I will put the name in just here, and just here I will pop in the pattern, which is the Amourette dress by Singuliere Patterns. It all came from Atelier Brunette in Paris. Dead easy to order from them, never be put off, just like ordering from a fabric shop in the UK. So it fits beautifully down here. I feel as if it's flattering for my figure. Thanks, Hannah's moving out here.
Sorry.
I feel, I don't know what you think, Hannah, it's really flattering here.
I want one.
Do you want to say that a bit louder, Hannah?
I want one.
You want one too?
It's my sort of dress, isn't it?
It is actually. I think we should let Hannah have one too. But even when I lean forward, it's not gaping. Can you pull in on that, Hannah?
1 minute.
I'm leaning forward here. Just leaning forward,
No
and
gape.
there's no gape. Oh, you've gone right down my cleavage there.
No, there's no
So,
cleavage to go down. There's no gape.
Hannah wants me to walk down the stairs, and it's a bit messy in the hall, but here we go. And I can remember Lisa Comfort used to do loads of videos.
It's the swish of the fabric, Mum.
It is. Right, I'm going to come back up towards you. Woo! It looks, I absolutely love it. I just need something
To wear it to.
I'm having to lift it up because it is actually quite long. And just as I go, I'm really going to prove to you there's absolutely no pins in here. Are we ready?
We're ready.
There's absolutely no pins at all. Anywhere. Can you see? This
Yeah,
is my bra
no
there.
pins.
Absolutely. And then literally, look at that, it's just gone straight back.
Bonus Poppy.
Oh, here's Poppy. So this is the Singuliere dress. I have made one very slight alteration.
Yep.
It's not deep in there, is it, Hannah?
No, Mum, it's fine.
And I've actually had to, where it's overlapped, literally on the verticals, I've had to take a little bit off there because it was too much fabric for me. But I think I've made the right size for me, and I am so happy with it. Okay.
This.
Are you checking it back?
Is the lesser spotted poppy.
Sorry?
Marking her territory on the stairs. She's sulking.
Are you filming?
Because Maggie will be hiding down there with a toy. This is the life of two dogs when both their mummies are busy filming.
Hello again. I do hope you enjoyed my twirl videos for my makes in January. I really enjoyed doing that. It's the first time Hannah and I have filmed a twirl like that, so both of us are still like, how do we do this? What's the best way? I think it's just going to be trial and error, also in the location on the house. The stairs is so lovely, it's such a plain backdrop, but it's very orange. And I'm limited on the time I've got when Hannah's here, because there's no way I could do that on my own. But there's one more make, obviously, if you've not already seen it. It is the 12 Days of Christmas quilt, and I am literally just going to hold it up in front of me here, and if you've not seen it, here it is again. It is my 12 Days of Christmas quilt. It's been quilted freehand using my BSR. The binding fabric for the edges is on its way from a shop called the Eclectic Maker. I'll put the link below again. The Eclectic Maker are in Worthing in the UK, and I've always found them very easy to use. So I'm not going to do any more of the quilt now, except to say that when I've lifted it over, I've knocked everything onto the floor. Now then, you can see here I am ready to do my little reasoning, my little makes video for February. Now, one of the reasons I've been a little bit quiet on everything is I have been doing some research, and I don't need an excuse to do any kind of research on a lady called Coco Chanel. I've just got the odd book. I've just got the odd book lying around. One there and one there. This is Coco Chanel at her French Riviera house called La Bolsa. It was taken. There's a dispute. I've seen it reference to it having been taken in 1927, 1928 and 1930. But basically she is wearing a Breton top. As to whether she is the founder of the Breton top, I would like to explain, and I'm just going to move these books to one side over here. I'm going to reference the books in the description box. I have done a lot of research online. I've done research through the books that I've got and on Chanel's website. I have written what seems like an essay, and it's a long time since I wrote any kind of an essay, so forgive me if you think I'm reading from my laptop. I am, because it's the only way I'm going to remember what it is I've written, because I've done 4 pages of text, but it's spaced out. Okay, so why a Breton top? We know it's a staple of English fashion. But from my reading, I've discovered that the dark and white striped tops that we now see as our Breton tops, I have discovered that they were worn by members of Napoleon's navy. As if the ship should sink, he would be able to recognise his sailors straight away because of their striped tops. But at what point did it transfer from naval uniform to a staple of fashion as we see it today? In 1923 there was a crucial moment of the crossover when an American artist called Gerald Murphy was on a shopping trip in Marseille to get supplies for his boat. But he returned to his ship with stripes Marineire tops for himself and his guest, possibly kick-starting the trend that we know today as the Breton top. But also, one Coco Chanel spent a lot of time at the seaside. She spent time at a place called Deauville in Normandy, and there she saw sailors, and it is recorded in some of the literature that I've read that she took a like for the naval uniforms. Now, we don't know whether she took a liking for the stripes or she took a liking for the shape of the collar, because she does have a lot of these fold back collars. So to say it is truly Chanel's influence on the Breton top would not be completely accurate in my reading. She was first pictured wearing the Breton top. I'm going to put the picture in again. In 1928, I've recorded here. But she had been incorporating nautical features into her designs as early as 1913. She was always her own best advertisement. So says Justine Picardy, who wrote a book on the works of Chanel. And she was the embodiment of Riviera chic, wearing her Breton top. And the photograph is at her villa, as I mentioned earlier. It isn't hard to find a striped Breton top, but finding one that has the right levels of authenticity is a bit of a challenge. Because the classic Breton or Marineire was meticulously defined when it became part of the French naval uniform in 1858 as having 21 white stripes of 20 millimeters in width and 20 or 21 blue stripes of 10 millimeters in depth for the body, but 15 white stripes and 14 or 15 blue stripes for the sleeves. But the perfect Breton top should be made from sturdy cotton and never be adulterated with polyester or any other artificial fibre. But it could be in blue and white or black and white. But never should it be too tight or too baggy. That information I retrieved from Harper's Bazaar. It's a great big long stretch. If you're actually interested, do have a look. Just Google Harper's Bazaar. And what stimulated my interest in this is that somebody mentioned the Breton look. And I thought, I've seen this somewhere. But where had I seen it? So out came all the Chanel books and that was it. The whole week had gone. Trying to do any sewing last week was a nightmare. Because all I wanted to do was to have my nose in a book reading about Chanel. But I realised when I went into it, I went into this research thinking, oh, Breton top. Chanel is behind the Breton top. That wasn't what she was behind at all. And this is the most interesting thing and the most relevant thing for our fashion today, because she had such a fundamental influence on what we wear and how we wear it. When I started to look into the links between Chanel and the Breton top, both in its evolvement from naval attire to a wardrobe staple now in 2021, I began to realise that there was a further and more fundamental link to the top we have now and what we make it from, and that is the fabric. And this just got me completely. Chanel designed her clothes in response to her need to live freely and uninhibited, and hence the influence in her designs from the fishermen of Deauville in Normandy and of course the naval officers that she saw. During World War I, fashion was hardly the most pressing priority, and so fabrics were not readily available. Chanel used what she could get her hands on, and what she was able to get her hands on was some jersey from a company called Jean Rodier. Now they still make knitwear, de Rodiers, in France. She sourced some knitwear that had been made for men's sportswear, yet it remained unsold. Despite its stretchy nature, obviously this was new to them. It doesn't say that in the book that I read it in. Obviously the stretchy nature of the fabric did prove a little tricky in its construction. However, they overcame that. In 1916, she achieved that by the use of simple shapes. Obvious. 1916, simple shapes to sew with jersey. 2021, 3 pieces to make a pattern, to make a top. Simple shapes, sleeves, back, front. It was so obvious when I read it. I was absolutely staggered, but it gets better. Through her use of jersey, Chanel made it a more fashionable material. It was a material that was sort of frowned upon. You know, my mother, oh gosh, I've leant on the table. My mother would never let me have dresses made of jersey. Oh no, they had to be of cotton, woven cotton, because she believed that was going to be the best. Why, if she'd have known, you know, that jersey was a fashion, if she'd known of the quality of jersey, maybe she'd have had a different view on it. I'd love to be able to have this discussion with her now. Maybe I shall have it with my mother-in-law. She'd be good. But through her use of jersey, Chanel made it a more fashionable material. Although she was not exclusive in its use, there were other fashion houses also using it at the same time. But she was seen as somewhat of a jersey champion. And in 1917, she herself earned the title of Dictator of Jersey, and the House of Chanel was known as the House of Jersey by American Vogue. Today, Chanel still uses jersey in its collections, and the fabric itself has maintained its popularity now with the addition of man-made fibres and other natural fibres. So, Mademoiselle Coco Chanel used jersey. Just as an aside, before I continue, I don't know how much you will know about Chanel, and I don't really want to lecture you or tell you things you don't want to know or don't already know, but everything in the life of Chanel, in her work, such as her perfumes and her handbags, they have a link to her life. No better place can this be seen than in her perfumes. Now, she has two ranges of perfumes. There's the stuff you can buy in your department store, over the counter, your standard Chanel colognes. She also has a range of what's known as exclusive perfumes. It's amazing what we find out on the internet. One of these perfumes is called Jersey. Obviously brought it in. And this is what Chanel.com say about the influence of Jersey perfume. It's inspired, this is the name was given. The perfume was inspired from the fabric which was used to make sailor tops, which she used to create flowing garments in which to laugh and dance with natural, effortless elegance, from Chanel.com. Incidentally, the colour of the jersey that she originally had was beige. She has an exclusive perfume called Beige. A colour loved by Chanel. It's a palette of shades that can evoke natural beauty and produce a sandy, soily skin colour and a honey skin colour. A soothing shade that catches the light and enhances those who wrap themselves in it. Isn't that beautiful? That was Chanel.com as well. She also has one called 31 Rue Cambon. It's the home of Chanel. It's where she used to live. And she also has one called La Porza, which was her Riviera home. But Harper's Bazaar went on to say about the Breton top that the original garment was made from a sturdy cotton, but today we use a stretch fabric, a fabric that we also commonly refer to as jersey. And here ends the Chanel lecture. I hope you enjoyed that. I had such fun putting it together for you. I also managed to find this beautiful book on Amazon, and it's full of quotes, and you can open it up at any page, and I love this one. To achieve great things, first we must dream. You never know, I might even stick in the best colour in the world is the one that looks good on you. And Chanel, I've got a little plaque on the wall up there and it says, I love all colours as long as it's black. But jersey was used in not just her clothing, it was also used in her handbags. And there is a Chanel box behind me and I'm going to get out what's in it. Before I go any further, I'm very lucky to win this, but I'd rather have my husband. When I sold the house I had with David, Hannah was so helpful, with everything. I took her to Paris, and while we were there, we visited the Chanel Rue Cambon store, and the boxes there are white. Every other Chanel shop has black boxes. And I bought myself a Chanel 255 handbag, and it's in jersey. Can you see the jersey on that? That is actually jersey, and the Chanel 255 handbag can be made of black leather or any leather or jersey. They do now make them of tweeds and things, but initially Chanel said it could either be leather or jersey, and and you can see inside it's got the double CC. It has a lipstick pouch. She never went anywhere without lipstick. This particular handbag was made in France. It has a second pocket here. It has a love letter pouch here, and it has the traditional lock that Chanel wanted. And I have the jersey one because jersey was cheaper than the leather. But no, I'm very, very lucky. But I can tell you that the chains are reminiscent of the chains that the nuns wore in the convent that she lived in as a child. And I understand that the if you have a classic flap handbag, which is the black one with the gold that's quite popular, that they're red on the inside, and that's the colour of the nuns. So you have the chain on the 255 and the colour of the nuns wear on the inside, the black 255. Yeah, it would be red on the inside of the 255, but mine is blue. I did actually buy that for my son's wedding. So I know I'm very, very lucky. I'm not going to harbour the point there. So now, what am I going to do interesting to take the Breton top forward for my February makes? I have some of the fabric here for my February makes, but I don't have it all. I think I have gone everywhere on the internet to find striped fabric. Currently, this is my favourite top. I'll stand up a little bit. Can you see it? It isn't tight, it's nice and loose. It's not baggy, but it's loose. This is the Brigitte top by Tessuti Patterns. And this is made in a very stretchy, very lightweight striped jersey. And I can't remember where I got it from. I've had it for such a long time. It was in my stash. And when I saw that, I've always wanted to be able to make the perfect Breton top. And that's what I'm in search of. Possibly in style rather than fabric, because I don't think I'm going to find 2 centimetre white with 1 centimetre blue stripes, unless I order somebody to make it and weave it for me. And it would have to be in quite a more open knit to give it the stretch, so it doesn't have any man-made materials in it. Now then, I have a bit of a fabric haul. Now this fabric, there's the first one here. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to make with it, but this came from Susie at Thread Quarters, and I'm going into a collaboration to make the same top with Rachel. Her idea when we were out running last week. What a great one. We have decided on the pattern, but until I spoke to Rachel earlier, which is why this video is late, because I was talking to Rachel. So the mystery top that I'm going to make it is in this pattern. Sleeve here. The next top I'm going to make as a jersey top will be the Gable top by Jennifer Lauren, and these next few fabrics came from Lamazi Fabrics. They have the most amazing range of jersey fabrics. Look at this one. I've got the lighting right next to the camera and I think it's working quite well. So the light blue is 1/2 centimetre and the peacock blue is 2 millimetres. And that one is the Jennifer Lauren Gable. I'll do it again. This one's the Jennifer Lauren Gable top. And that's a pattern I've had in my stash for a very long time. Susie is 1 centimetre and 9 millimetres. So the white's 1 centimetre and the blue is 9 millimetres. And the next one here, I'm going to make another Emno top. To put a picture in with the fabric like this. And this one is this again from Lamazi. Has got a little flower inside it. Now what I'm aiming to do is to be a little bit inventive and take the style and the ethos being the stripes being the ethos, and then obviously stripe relating to Breton top and taking it forward. So that's this one here. I like that a lot. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? And I think these stripes will be 1/2 centimetre. Yep, 1/2 centimetre stripes. And that's the Emno top. So this one will be a Breton top with a cowl neck. Be interesting. Now, the next one, it is stripes, but it's very slightly different. And this one, I'm going to do the Sheridan again. Now that is the Meat Milk Tencel jersey. I had to try it. Now the next one is the one that I believe I'm going to find the most perfect Breton top from. Here's the fabric. It is blue and light blue. So like cornflower blue and light blue. Here we go. What do you think? Light blue or dark blue? Sorry, light blue or white? Pretty certain that's the light blue. Absolutely convinced. And the top I'm going to use is a French pattern top, and it's called the Jussie Marineire. When looking for the perfect Breton top, I decided to look on a French pattern site. And again, I will put a picture of it in. Again, here now. Here's the fabric, here's the pattern. Now, I have got some more fabric coming from Sew Over It. I'm going to make the Roxy top because Lisa Comfort has got that in stripes, so I thought, oh, why not? And she says hers can be made in Ponteen. She had some on her website, so I've ordered some of that as well. Along with, you know I follow the Gertie on Patreon. When she did her talk, she had stripes on one of her Barbie tops, so I've ordered just a metre of the stretchiest stripe I could find, and that again came from Sew Over It. I've only ordered those today. Now, the next thing I want to make to go with all of this, a pair of trousers. Now, obviously, Coco Chanel had stretch trousers, obviously jersey trousers, so that they were more comfortable to wear. Now, we have jersey trousers in our leggings. She says sitting here with the sweaty Betties on because she's been out running. And I had a little search, and the only pattern I could find that says it needs stretch that looks like a pair of trousers was the Friday Pattern Company Joan trousers, and I'll put the little picture in just here. I've got the pattern in my hand, but I think it'll be easier to pop them in up here. And to do that, I have got a very cheap, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to like it, but it is a stretch ponte. It's sort of navy and green, but when you look at it from a distance, it looks black. But it has got, oh yeah, you can see that now. Oh yes, I can see that better now as well. It's sort of navy and green with a little pattern in it. But really, I've never made stretch trousers that are actually like a proper trouser. This fabric was £2, it was £2.98, basically £3 a metre. I thought I can't go wrong with that. And if they go wrong, it's not a big problem. But I've also bought some more fabric for another pair of trousers, and they are the Romarin Le Pantalon Palazzo from the French Pattern Company, which I believe is called Le Blousette Rose. And I will put all the links in the bottom in the description box. I've discovered a more efficient way of doing that. I'm just checking. Yes, that's the I am not necessarily going to make another Brigitte top. I've got two, but I want to see what else I can do, and I feel as if I've got my Breton in the Brigitte as part of this collection. I found some fabric today, and I want to add that to my makes for February. My makes for February are looking quite big here. I'm quite impressed with myself because I've never put myself down for one of these makes. We have got half term. I have got a wedding dress to do. I have got the quilt to do, but these are stretch and these will be quick. I found this at Sewcialising way before Christmas, and I've forgotten where I'd put it. It's one of those proper knit fabrics, like a rib knit fabric, and I wanted to make a turtleneck, and for that I have got it's called the Trudy Turtleneck by Wardrobe by Me. So I'll put the picture in so you can see it. There we go. Whoa. That was a lot. Now, after I've said goodbye on this video, I'm just going to show you today's Snowdrops, because the blanket of Snowdrops is out. And I took Poppy and Maggie in there today. I'm just going to remind you that in my last video I did put in my giveaway. Please do on that video tag giveaway and join my giveaway, and it's on my last video and across the front it says giveaway. I'm going to draw the giveaway on Monday the 15th of February because I was thinking I can't have it closing on the 14th of February. I'm drawing it on the 14th of February because midnight in the UK won't be midnight in the US. It's going to be drawn around 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time on Monday the 15th of February, but it closes at midnight, and I think it'll be sort of whatever the West Coast of America time is for midnight. If you're new to me, welcome aboard my crazy journey. I hope you've enjoyed what I've said to you today. I've really enjoyed putting this together, and I've enjoyed rereading into Chanel, learning more and more. She gave us Jersey. Before I sign off from today, I'm just going to read you a quote from this book here. This is the book that went along with the Chanel exhibition in the Paris Fashion Museum last year. I wish they'd rerun it. I'd go over. I think I knew about it, but obviously with COVID you couldn't go anywhere. And it says, "One world was ending. Another was about to be born. I was in the right place. An opportunity beckoned. I took it. I'd grown up with this new century. I was therefore the one to be consulted about its sartorial style. What were needed were simplicity, comfort and neatness. Unwittingly, I offered all of that. Freedom! Freedom for our lovely soft jersey tops, and today I'm wearing my Linden. I'm going to say goodbye for now, and hope you enjoy the next little bit that's just going to come. I've just thought a little run it at the end. The carpenter Snowdrops has arrived. I'll see you all very soon. Bye! It is Snowdrop heaven. It literally is beautiful, and they go all the way up there into the distance, all the way around the back of that tree there. It is just unbelievable. As I say, it's a bit of a snowdrop belt.